Please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Hi there, good afternoon. This is Your Stocks you're watching. I'm Mangla Malu. With me is Sumaira Abdi. Looking good for the markets, 11,050 for the Nifty. Mid-caps outperforming. The stocks which are doing very well today, we have UPL, which is the stock of the day. Along with that, we have ITC, Bata, as well as all the other GST beneficiaries. But it is earnings which is flowing thick and fast. So we have a lot of those to reckon with as well. Hi, Sumaira.
Hi Mangalam, good afternoon to you as well. So let's get started. Welspun Corp, so that company has posted actually a weak set of earnings in Q1. Net profit and EBITDA have both declined this quarter. Vipul Mathur, the MD and CEO of Welspun Corp, now joins in with the finer details. Mr. Mathur, good afternoon, sir. First up, let's talk about your operational performance. What's the reason that we're seeing this bit of shave off in your margins?
So good afternoon to you. As you would have seen that we have declared an EBITDA of 220 crore rupees for this particular quarter. In comparison on Y-on-Y basis, it is less than 50 crore rupees. But if you see that in the Q1 of FY18, there was an exceptional income of 30 crore rupees, which has come as a incentive for tax, which has come up. So on a comparable basis, it is 240 crore rupees versus 220 crore rupees. But having said that, if you see from a sales perspective point of view, we have logged in a sales of almost 229,000 tons of sales on our pipe side of it, and 128,000 tons of sales on our pipe side of it. Also on top of it, we are sitting at an order book of almost 1.6 million tons of pipe and almost pegged at more than 11,000 crore rupees.
Right, Mr. Mathur, so just a couple of quick details then. In the first quarter, what was your inflow like, order inflow? What do you expect it to be towards the end of this year? And what is your capacity utilization right now?
So we have seen a very, very consistent inflow of orders on a quarter-on-quarter basis. This quarter also we had an order, we booked some new orders to the tune of something like 210,000 tons and above. And the way the order pipeline looks, it looks pretty encouraging. The good part is that, first and foremost, you are sitting on a very healthy order book. Number two, this order book is evenly spread out in all the three geographies which we operate. So we have almost 400,000 tons of an order book in India, 300,000 tons of an order book in America, and almost 900,000 tons of an order book in Saudi. And these are the three geographies in which Welspun operates. So it is very evenly spread out. Even the way things are shaping up, and as we see for the next 2 quarters, the business looks very optimistic, especially in the US market and even in the Saudi market. So this order book is only going to go up.
What's your capacity utilization, you said, Mr. Mathur?
So this quarter, I mean, let's say the US capacity utilization was at its peak. We almost utilized around 85% of our capacity. In Saudi also, we used almost 80-85% of our capacity utilization. In India, it was low. It was something around 40-45%. So if you see on a quarter-on-quarter basis and all put together, we have ramped, our capacity utilization has exceeded by 12% or improved by more 12% on a quarter-on-quarter basis.
Okay. So what's your market share in the domestic business, and also could you give us an update on what the debt stands at?
So on the domestic market, we are the largest player. We have a dominance role to play, and we have been playing that. The market also looks stable. And it is primarily driven by the water and the oil and gas sector, the PSU's oil and gas sector. So we have almost 20% market share in the domestic side of it. As regards your debt, we had a debt of almost 400, at the end of this quarter, we had a debt of 476 crore rupees, which marginally increased from the last quarter. And that was because as we are ramping up our production globally, our working capital requirements are slightly going up. So that is getting reflected, but more or less that's pretty much in control.
All right, Mr. Mathur, what about the promoter's stake in the company? We understand that perhaps there has been some buying from the open market there. What is the plan with the promoter's stake in the company going forward?
I think there is no major change in the equity holding at any level. So on a quarter-on-quarter basis, it is almost the same.
All right. And the India business, you said the capacity utilization was around 40-45%. Going forward, what is your target for the end of this year?
So India market is upbeat, no doubt about it, but it's moving at its own pace. It looks pretty stable. I think so. The Indian assets will see a capacity utilization in more than 50% of it. But the other two geographies will definitely see more than 85, touching almost close to 90-95% capacity utilization. So on an average basis, if you see, it is going to be a better year. We believe that it is going to be a better year in comparison to the past.
What was the kind of loss in your plate and coils business, sir, and when does it turn into profits?
So on the plate and the coil, as I said, we did almost 128,000 tons of rolling in this particular quarter. So the market is very promising. The plate and coil business is very promising from a volume perspective. Though, as we all know, we are the margins are under pressure, and it's a direct factor of the slab pricing, the international slab pricing, and the availability of it. I hope things will improve in the subsequent quarter. That's our expectation.
So when does it turn profitable by, you said?
It's a little difficult, to say, because at the end of the day, we are an intermediate producer. We do not produce. We have to buy the slab. So it's a factor at what price are you getting the slabs, and at what price you are selling the plates. So it keeps on changing on a quarter-on-quarter basis. So it's difficult to put a sort of a timeline that when we could be extremely profitable. But from an EBITDA perspective, that plate mill has been very consistent in delivering the EBITDA, and I think so in the subsequent quarters also they would be contributing to our EBITDA growth.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mr. Mathur, for joining in and giving us all those details. We wish you good luck for the remainder of this year. Let's take a short break. Come back. We focus on answering some of your stock queries.
Welcome back to Your Stocks. Well, a quick check on the market. The mid-cap index, that index is surging now 130 points higher. Remember, it started off the day by actually lagging behind the frontline indices. And now, as we speak, about 0.7% higher on that one. Look at some of the stocks, Amara Raja, and a lot of these, the Reliance ADAG pack, a lot of those stocks as well, now moving to the high point of the day and contributing actually to this move that we're seeing in the mid-cap index. Let's get started also answering the queries that are coming in on your stocks. Gaurang Shah and Prakash Gaba are our two experts this afternoon. Gentlemen, good afternoon to both of you. Our first query comes in from Charul Jain, who writes to us from Mumbai. She says she holds 250 shares of Muthoot Finance at 480 rupees. She's been holding for a year. She's a long-term investor and wants to know what she should do. Before we get answering that query, just some flashes coming through. It looks like there's some interim relief for former Prime Minister P. Chidambaram. The Patiala court has said that no coercive action can be taken, and they've granted interim protection till the 7th of August. All right, so back to our query on Muthoot Finance. Gaurang, let me come to you on this one. For a long-term investor, would it be advisable to remain invested at the moment?
So good afternoon to you, Sumera, and to all of you all. We have a positive view on Muthoot Finance from a long-term point of view. The problem over here, Sumera, is the acquisition price and the current price, close to about 90 to 100 rupees down. So if she has got about 2.5, 3 year plus kind of time horizon, and if she has investable amount, my request would be to average at current levels. Don't average whatever quantity you have, maybe 30-40% you can average, and you get a downtick further, you can average further. So hold and average purely from a long-term point of view.
All right, hold an average purely from a long-term perspective. Just keep an eye out on the Nifty at the high point of the day. Sumera was talking about the mid-caps, but just take a look at a few of the large caps. Maruti actually should come up for you, up about 2%. Most of the gains came by in just the last 2-3 minutes. Remember, none of the two-wheelers are doing well. Competitive pressures, market share, margin pressures. The street is worried about that, but no such worries for Maruti off its record highs. And perhaps the street took it with both hands. The stock up 2%. Along with that, we have, of course, Axis Bank and ICICI ICICI Bank playing their part too. But on that note, we'll take a short break, come back, and as we do that, remember to email us your queries for a special show tomorrow, which is the Mutual Fund Corner. We will be back with more stock queries on the other side. Well, the stock that's taking your breath away is Maruti. We spotted it about a minute ago, and in that minute itself, we've seen a surge of almost 50-60 rupees on that stock. Maruti 96.54 thereabouts. That is the one that we're looking at. None of the two-wheelers doing well in trade today. Four-wheelers perhaps doing even better. So we will watch out for that. But let's address some queries. Mr. Jaspal Ahluwalia writes to us from Punjab. Holds 200 shares of United Spirits at 2,700 rupees. For the last 2 years, is a long-term investor, wants to know whether to hold or sell. Well, I think he's making money because after that there was a stock split. So at 2,700 rupees, the stock was split, and currently it is trading at 570 rupees. So I think he is making some money out there over the last 2 years. So we'll just get that adjusted in a bit. But nevertheless, Prakash, for a person who's been holding this stock for the last 2 years, it's aged well, or the prospects are more?
Aged well, and every week there's a Friday.
Okay.
So, I mean, this industry is not going to go out.
Right.
And in fact, you should average it. Have an SIP in this stock and continue holding it for long term. It should come down to levels closer to 500. If it comes down, that's a beautiful place to add.
All right, so that's the word on United Spirits. Remain invested for now, and at lower levels can even look at buying. And I'm sure that's an opinion that you would, extrapolate to pretty much all investors. Gaurang, Prakash, apologies for the shorter time that we could give to answering queries today, but it's result season and that always takes priority. Gentlemen, thanks very much for your time. We'll wrap up on your stocks, but remember, viewers, keep sending us your queries, email it to us, and we'll also, you can write in to us on our website. We'll get our experts to answer them for you. Closing bell will take you through the last hour of trade.